And a very good morning a very good morning to you, boys and girls. It's Sunday, the 25th of November, 2018. And warm welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom Talk. Do you like the new jacket? This is a new one, eh? What do you reckon? It's all right, isn't it? I keep seeing these adverts on Facebook for various clothes and bits and pieces. And these adverts for jackets, all different colours and patterns and things like that. And this one came up and it said 25 quid, you know, which is a lot less than what I normally pay for the Ted Baker stuff. I must tell you that. But I thought, you know what? And I've been thinking about it for weeks. Shall I try it? And I thought, sod it. I'll order one. So I did. And here it is. Do you know it's not bad at all? It is thin, of course. It has got a lining. Look, but I really like this. And they got various different designs. So I think I might be ordering a few more of those. All tax-deductible items, my dear. Don't worry. Oh, yes, need it for the stage. Need it to do my karaoke. So this can go down as stage clothing on my little books there. So I hope you like it. Just back from church. No Vivian there this morning. I don't know where Vivian was. I reckon she's been out on the lash again. Vivian is the lady I usually sit next to church on a Sunday morning. And she's like proper staunch Catholic, you know. She don't like anything to go wrong. Right? I get nudges. Did you see that, Chris? She done that or he done that. That's what she's like. Well, she ain't been there today. Oh, no, probably got chucked out of a pub or a club somewhere. I reckon she's one of those very pretty girls, although she's a little bit older than a girl. Just a touch. Probably round about a little bit more older than me even, or possibly, I don't know. But I reckon she goes out to the club, and you know what some of these beautiful young ladies are like? As they get into the club, there they are, beautiful makeup, hair all done, lovely clothes. 2 hours later, they're chucking up in a gutter somewhere, you know. I reckon she was chucked out of a club last night. So no Vivian today. So I sat in her position. Because where she sits, there is a heater, right, you know, one of those underfloor things where hot air gushes out and goes up her dress while she's sitting there. I know her trick. Don't think I haven't noticed that. There we are. 2 of my favourite hymns this morning as well. Oh, yes. Hail Redeemer King Divine. Do you know that one? Hail Redeemer King Divine. Priest and... Very good. Not very well played on the organ, I have to say. Disappointed with the organist this morning. Whoever it was a bit slow. Do you know what I mean? Not every hymn needs to be sung like it's a blooming funeral. Keep it going. Come on, pick up the speed, love. Dear me. And mistakes as well. Incorrect notes. Incorrect notes were being played this morning. Very, very disappointed. So there was that one. And at the end, at the name of Jesus. Do you know that one? At the name of Jesus, every knee shall bow. Every tongue confess him, King of glory now. Again, far too slow. Sung slowly with incorrect notes. Not only that, it was the last hymn, right? There was 7 verses. He stopped at 5. What's he got to get home and have his breakfast or something? Or she? I don't know who was playing it. They stopped at verse 5. Where's the other? I felt shortchanged. Anyway, after that, after listening to the slow organists with the mistakes, just before I left church, I thought I'd use the toilet. Now, I'm sure you can relate to this, right? So I used the toilet. As I went in, there was a bit of a smell coming out. Do you know what I mean? Not a wee smell either. Someone had been sitting down in the cubicle. And it's one of those cubicles, and I hate this. I hate using cubicles. I've said so many times before, where the wall doesn't go from the top to the bottom. You know, it's like a panel type thing. Do you know what I mean? It's like a panel. You know, so it doesn't quite go to the top and it doesn't quite go. I hate those toilets. Hate them. Anyway, so I've entered the toilet. Oh, it's a bit smelly in here. Well, I must go for a wee before I leave. You know, because I cycle to church, you see. You know, and if I don't empty my bladder before I go, there's the risk that it will burst on the way home as my little legs are going up and down. And I've only got little legs. The seat on my bike is on the lowest it can possibly be. I've got to tell you, as I'm getting older, it's getting harder to get on the bike. It really is. Cocking your leg over that bike. I now have to lean the bike down to get my leg over the damn thing. Oh, isn't it awful getting old? Dreadful. I do have to lean the bike down to get my leg over the damn thing. Anyway, So I've had me wee, and I'm standing there. I think, well, I can't smell that. But it must have still. You get used to the smell, you see. A horrible smell in there, And I'm just finishing, and I'm just doing my zip up, and I turned around and I went to go out. As I've gone out, of course, I'm not standing at the urinal now. I've gone to I've washed my hands. We always wash your hands after church. Oh my God, the place is alive. All those viruses and bacteria, people shaking your hands, dear. I can't wait to get in the toilet and wash my hands, to be honest. I do exactly the same when I get home. Boiling hot water. My hands are red raw. The water is so hot, and 3 or 4 bottles of soap after I've been in the church. Touching and shaking hands, dear, and touching the pew in front. Has anyone heard of cleaning materials? Dear. So anyway, I've turned around. As I've gone to go out, so I'm at the door now, someone's come in. And I saw the look in his face, right, because it must have it smelled, it went up like that, and then looked at me. Of course, it looks like you've done it, doesn't it? It does. I was horrified. I thought, oh my God, I hope he don't recognise my face from next week. He probably will, because I'm there every week. I hope he don't recognise my face. Or, even worse, next week I might go in and spot him as I walk past. And if he's sitting next to someone, he might look up and then nudge the person next to them and look at me, and they look at me as well. And they'll all think that I've been making the smells in the church. Awful. Just dreadful. So has that happened to you? Have you ever been blamed for a smell that you didn't make? Or maybe you did. You naughty old thing. Got back here. On the way home, I think it's about 4 or 5 people I went home on those electric chairs. The disability scooters. I'm sure not everyone on a disability scooter needs a disability scooter. I heard, and don't quote me on this, I heard that people in America actually hire them, right, to go round Disney because they can't be bothered to walk. Isn't that terrible? And I'm sure these mobile scooters for disabled people are getting faster and faster. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed how they tear through the supermarket at warp speed, dear, just avoiding people in their way? No, little hooters, as they come towards you, flashing lights. There's one bloke round here. He's got all mirrors and flags and everything on him. And do you know what? I try and say hello to most people as I walk past. Some people are just sort of give you the face, don't they? Don't want to talk to you. Okay, fine. Go back to your sad, lonely, pathetic, miserable life. Someone just tried to say goodbye to you, hello to you, and you look miserable as sin, dear. Anyway, I passed about 4 or 5 of those today, little mobile scooters, and they walk their dogs with them as well. Have you noticed that? This poor dog is desperately trying to keep up with this scooter going at 200 mile an hour. And they're always little dogs, not big. Never see a mobile scooter. What are they called? Mobile disabled chairs, disabled scooters, mobile scooters. You know the sort of thing I mean. They've never got big dogs. They're always tiny little dogs, like Scottish Terriers. Mary, my friend, non-Irish Mary from Ireland, she's got a touch of cancer at the moment. She's got a particular hairpiece that is like a Scottish Terrier. I think it looks fantastic. I do. She says, "What wig do you want me to wear tonight?" A few months ago, and I said, "Can we have the Scottish Terrier look today, please?" I love that look, Mary. The Scottish Terrier look is it's better than mine. There's nothing left here. It's all coming out. Anyway, they've always got little dogs, chihuahuas, little things going, trying to follow the mobile chair as they're going through. Or, worse than that, with a lead wrapped round the handlebar. The poor dog, if it stops, and it must happen, if it stops, you see this... You see these poor dogs trying to keep up, and they can't. It's awful. I like that, they are. If they were to stop accidentally, they would just be dragged along the ground. Wouldn't they, on these mobile scooters? Terrible. So a lot of those out today. Got back here, washed my hands immediately. I came in again, once again, with boiling hot... Oh, do you know what? I forgot to put my washing on. I meant to put my washing on this morning as well. Oh, I'll do it after the show now. I must remember to do that. I forgot to put my washing on. So that's today so far. Friday's karaoke was really good. It was nice on Friday at the karaoke. Maureen's got a new TiVo box. Maureen was showing me a picture of her brand new TiVo box, actually. I haven't got one of those. I've got a hard disk recorder, but not a TiVo box. Maureen's got a brand new one, I think from Virgin Media, and that's how she watches this show. News on Ronnie's cat. He's now gone to a different vet, okay, who has done more blood tests, which seem to be half the price of the one that the vet he was going to before. He wasn't happy with the original vet at all. And he was saying to me, look, I've just got this final bill from that original vet. Do you think I should pay it and contest it? I said, just pay it and be done with it. Because he stresses himself out about things like that. You know, he'll fight and gets all stressed. So just pay the money. And you're in a few weeks, you'll forget that you paid the money anyway. So be done with it like that. So his cat isn't too well at the moment. It keeps having little accidents in the house rather than going outside at the moment, so we're trying to sort that out. But I suppose it's like a private dentist, really. Depending what vet you go to, how much you are charged. I mean, for years I went to a private dentist and it was costing me an arm and a leg. Hundreds of pounds a year. I would say about £800 a year spent at a private dentist, and I did this for years. And I can't remember. There was a particular problem that I had, and I wasn't happy with how it was dealt with. So then I thought I'd try an NHS dentist again. And every time I went to this private dentist, there was work to be done. There was one occasion in about 7 years where they did the checkup. Okay, nothing to do now. Thank you, goodbye. Oh, wow. Once, that was. Every other time there was something to do. Ended up costing a few £100, right? I've been going to the private dentist now, and since I've been going, never had any work done. The checkup, thank you very much, £16.50 or whatever it is, £25, I can't remember now, and that's it. That's it. He even does them a little bit of a clean. The private dentist didn't do that. The private dentist, he would do his poking with that rusty nail. Yeah, that's all right. Oh, why do they? I hate that, don't you? The rusty nail. Poking it to see if the tooth isn't going to fall apart as I poke it in. But he don't do any cleaning. Then you have to spend another £50 going to some old cow next door with the and that ultrasound thing that hurts your nerve as it goes round. Scrape, scrape, scrape around all your teeth. Awful, dear. Ghastly people. Since I've been going to the NHS dentist, I go twice a year. It's about £20 a time. That's it. £40 a year. That's a bit different for 800. So I wonder if it's like that with vets. You know, some are cheaper than others. Yeah, it seems to be the case here. That's it. What else have I got to tell you? Oh, my electric's been fixed at the caravan. I do believe everything is functioning now, which I'm very, very pleased about. If you've been watching the show last week, you know I had a bit of an electrical supply problem. My brother-in-law, who was an electrician actually at Sky Television, he thought it's probably the breaker outside that kept tripping for some reason. Maybe they wear out, I don't know, the cold affects them or something like that. So on Saturday morning, after I'd been there, because I came back Friday afternoon, of course, on Saturday morning, an electrician went round there and changed the electrical breaker thing which is outside the caravan, and it now seems to be working. I know it's working because, again, if you were watching the show last week, I've got this little Wi-Fi plug there now, right? Oh, it's fantastic. If you didn't show it, let me just remind you what happened. So I've got this Wi-Fi plug, okay, in the caravan, and it's connected to mobile internet, which is also plugged in. Now, if I can see the Wi-Fi plug, which I'm going to show you now, if I can see the Wi-Fi plug from here and it's available to be switched on, I know the electricity's on in there, right? And I can. Look, let me just show you this. Here is the, there we are. Where is the app? Casa. It's Casa. Casa is the app. Right, here's the app. Right, look at this. It's blooming marvellous. It really is. Right, hang on a minute. So yeah, caravan fan heater. Can you see that? I'll have to hold it at an angle, right? And see, that's how you turn it on and off. Watch this, watch this. Okay. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Pushed the wrong button now, have I? Pushed the wrong button. Right. Can you see that there? Can you see that there? That you can just about see that, can't you? Right. Watch this. Watch. Oh. Can you see that's gone green? Well, I've now turned on the fan heater in my living room, 140 miles away, in my caravan in Lincolnshire. Right, now watch. See, it's gone grey? I've turned it off again. How fantastic is that? I love it. Well, of course, I've been telling people about all this. I've now ordered, and I received them yesterday, 2 more wireless plugs, which I'll use for various other rooms in the caravan. I think that's fantastic how you can do that. Isn't it? I've been telling people about, have you only just got those? Apparently these things have been around for years. I didn't know. No one told me. But it's fantastic. Shall I do it again? Look, are you ready? Ready? Turn on my fan heater. Ready? Look, you see that gone green? Right, turn it off again. And there it goes. Absolutely fantastic. I think this is just brilliant, this thing. Oh, hang on a minute. It hasn't gone off. There it is. Gone off now. Gone off. Grey. Fantastic. I love it. Now, if I can't see that button on there, it means the electricity's gone down. So it's now been on for 24 hours. So I'm hoping that the breaker was indeed the problem. It did look a little bit... It didn't look that old, actually, but it was a blue thing that they've got outside. So all sorted. And fingers crossed that tomorrow when I get up there, see, when I'm about 45 minutes away, I'll turn on the heater. I haven't got to worry about timer switches not working or anything like that. Marvellous. Right, okay, let's read some of your messages this morning. A very good morning to Maureen. Good morning, Maureen, who's with us this morning on her new TiVo box. Maureen's got a new TiVo box. She was showing me a picture of it on Friday, so good morning, Maureen. Simon Keane says, on the subject of your last show, we were talking about John Barrowman, who's on the jungle thing. I've never really been a fan of his. It says, I see that Barrowman can't take a joke and I'm a celebrity. Don't like him. Dingo dollar question was, as it turned out, 26% of women earn more than their male partner. My girlfriend earns more than me, but only because I'm not sexy enough to dance around a pole like her. Thank you, Simon. I wonder if I could do pole dancing. I might be able to do pole dancing with it. Got a message here from Joseph. Good morning, Joseph, who texted. We got a texting number as well up there. Only use that if you can't type on a computer or something. That's for people really who are unable to communicate with the show in any other way. And Joseph says, was it you that's got the lottery ticket that's gone missing, as it was bought in Skeggy, and I thought of you? Hope it is. From Joseph. Sadly not, Joseph. I'm very, very disappointed to tell you that the lottery ticket is not mine. What a shame. I could have bought the best caravan ever with that money, couldn't I? Eh? I like the idea of that. Good luck to whoever's ever got that. Over on Facebook Live, good morning to Alan Russell. Gets the first message of the day in there. Good morning to you. Paul and Lou are with us on YouTube. Good morning, Diane Jeb. On Facebook Live, Matty Joplin's there. Good morning, Matty. Looks like I'll be coming to your dinner this year, your Christmas meal this year, which I'm looking forward to. Thank you, Matthew. Adam the Plumber is loving the new jacket. I could be the new Doctor Who. Yes, it's very Doctor Who, this jacket, isn't it? Was it Tom Baker? No, not Tom Baker. Who wore these jackets? I think actually it might have been that Sylvester bloke, was it? Something like that, I think, maybe. Christopher Ireland, good morning. It will be in the newsletter. Do you take handy hand sanitizer with you? No, I don't like that stuff, Christopher. I don't like that sanitizer. It just makes my hands sticky. I hate that stuff. I tell you what I have got in the car, a new product which was in Boots the Chemist. It's like a foam. It's like a white foam, and it do that, and that works quite well. I usually use that I've got one of those in the car. It's so annoying. It happened last night, actually. I do wash my hands several times while I'm at work. Now, you may have noticed that I rarely suffer from colds or flu or anything like that. And I'm convinced, because they all tell you to keep washing your hands, these doctors, don't they? They do. And I try and do that several times during a night while I'm at work. You may see me disappear behind the bar and I'm washing and I wash them really well. People say, oh, you're scrubbing your hands well. Well, people have touched me, dear. Ghastly people have touched me. And it happened last night. I went round the bar, and washing my hands, and as I've come round, someone's grabbed my, all right, Chris, how are you? I've just washed my hands. Do not touch me. Germs and ghastly viruses all over the place, love. Awful. I must get rubber gloves. I know what I could do. The Queen wears gloves, doesn't she? What if I buy a pair of marigolds? Trouble is that you get all sweaty hands when you've got rubber all over them, haven't you? I'm not keen on marigolds. Doing the kitchen. I don't wear any gloves or anything when I'm doing my kitchen. My mate, when he's doing the garden, he puts gloves on. Honestly. Endless gloves everywhere. Good morning to Sarah Lou Lace. Good morning, Sarah. Who says she was in a public loo the other day. Only 2 cubicles. The lady next to me finished and I heard her say to the lady waiting to go in after her, there's a bit of a mess in there. It wasn't me. Oh, no. The very fact she mentioned it made her seem more guilty of the mess. Well, she was the last one in. If there was a mess in the toilet, wouldn't you try and flush it away before you used it? Oh, no, dear. I can't be sitting on the toilet if that water isn't clean in there first, thank you, Sarah. Dirty, disgusting people who don't flush the chain. Oh, nasty. I tell you what, you want to see some of the videos and pictures that one of my nephews sent me. There's something wrong with his head. I swear to Gary, that is. The videos not of himself, the videos he sends me that he finds on the internet are absolutely disgusting. He sent me I'm not even going to tell you what it was. He sent me one yesterday and I heaved. It's just awful. Not my cup of tea at all. Paul, tip. Go to the loo after you've eaten at McDonald's. If you go before, you have to open the handle on the loo doors and then have to eat your grub. Maybe it's just me. Oh, no, dear. Oh, McDonald's toilets. I was in a McDonald's toilet. You're going to watch the ones in London. You find syringes in there. I kid you not. I found syringes once in the toilet at McDonald's. Oh. Morning, Weird City Citizen. Turn it on, Chris. We can wait. Then it will be done while you do the show. What, the washing? No. I'll wait. I'll do my show, then I'll do my washing a bit later. It won't be dry by the time I leave here tomorrow. I'll have to just leave it hanging around in the kitchen. No, just a little tip. Never hang your washing on radiators. I bet some of you do that. You will get rusty radiators. It happened to me. I never believed them. When they told me that. And then I realised the radiator was going rusty and I still carried on putting stuff over. It completely rusts away. Never, ever put damp washing on your radiators, all right? Get yourself a I'd get yourself a clothes horse from Argos, about 15 quid, something like that. Good morning to Roy Brownlow. No name calling. I will call you names, Roy, especially if you're stupid. Are you going to be stupid today? I will have to call you a name. Okay, possibly not as stupid as me, but nevertheless, names will be called. I like calling people names. Did I make this out of old curtain pieces? No. My sister, talking about making things out of old bits and pieces, my sister was asking me what I want for birthday. Now, my sister hasn't got a lot of money. They're not bothered about money. They're not, So I'm very careful to ask. If she asks me, otherwise I wouldn't say, can you get me? Do you know what I mean? If she asked me, I'll ask her. And I said, actually, yes. I said, and she likes doing sewing, and she started making curtains. I said, can you make me a pair of curtains, blackout curtains, for my Lincolnshire television studios? Because when the sun comes in, you may have noticed when I'm doing the show from up north, okay, the light keeps changing in the room. That's because the curtains are quite thin there. And the window is directly in front of me. In here, the window is on that side. Plus, I've got lights in here, so it doesn't really change. You know, we start the show and it remains constant. There, if the sun comes out, I go kind of a yellow colour. It looks like jaundice or liver failure, one of the two. And I don't have a failing liver. I hope not anyway. I hope by the end of this show, my liver is fully functional. So I said, yeah, can you get some blackened curtains? So we were in Boston, I think it was, on Friday. And she said, well, let's pop into the Dun Inn. This is like a fabric shop. So we went in there. I said, are you looking for black, are you? She said, oh, no. She said, no, well, let's see if we can find some patterns. I said, yeah, but I want black ones. She said, yeah, but what she does is I don't know. I'm not a sewist type person. What's that guy? A sewer, whatever they're making these things. You choose a piece of... The blokes won't know this because I didn't know this. The girls will all say, oh, didn't you know this? No, I didn't. So you choose your material, colours and patterns and things like that. And then she puts another thing on the back of it so that is used as a blackout thing. It's good, isn't it? So that's what I've asked for. So she's going to make me a lovely pair of curtains for Christmas. Don't go mad when people, what do you want for Christmas? Don't be greedy. Oh, don't start asking for things like a £400, £500, £600 stuff. I know the kids do. But don't be greedy. Always be aware of perhaps... you don't want to put strain on that person who's asking you what you want for Christmas. You know what I mean? Let's have a look. Good morning to Michael Lawrence. Oh, he's coming tomorrow night to have a little watch and a sing as well, possibly, aren't you, Michael? Yes. Good morning, Michael. Morning to Ray Reynolds. Good morning, Ray. Dean Hoggett. Good morning, Dean. Steve David Christopher Murray. To give you your full name this morning, Stephen. Good morning, Stephen. All right, darling. Sean Sheep Brown is in Australia. Lovely place. I've been 5 times to Australia. I love your country. Lots of family over there. But so if I want to visit them all, it's like flying from there to there. You fly all over the place. Have you still got the Qantas Children's Choir? I like that one. Still call Australia home. When you're flying on the Qantas planes, they play that just before you get off, and everyone's crying on the plane. I was the first time I saw that. Wonderful adverts. Wonderful. White silk gloves. That's what I need, Weird City Citizen. Just like the Queen's got to shake people's hands in church and various other places. Adam the Plumber, when you replace your washing machine, get a candy and then you can turn it off with your mobile phone with their app. Can ya? Well, mind you, a remote-controlled washing machine, that's got limited use, though, that, isn't it? Oh, what was that? Smith calendar going around. That always scares me when it happens. A remote-controlled washing machine must have very limited use because you're going to load the thing, haven't you? You're going to load the thing up. No, I don't think I'd bother with something like that. And candy, are they quite low down the sort of quality type? What's at the top? Bosch, isn't it? Bosch. Most of my stuff is all my white products are John Lewis own brand. I've got John Lewis freezer, fridge, washing machine. What's the dishwasher? I think the dishwasher is Indesit, something like that. Can't remember the name now. Are you wearing a jacket for a £25 bet? Don't you like it? I like this. We like bright colours. Don't be miserable. Don't be miserable, Paul and Lou. Have bright colours. What's your house like? I bet it's all magnolia. Is it all magnolia? Oh, how boring are you? Or grey. My mate's house is grey, but he's got a grey bedroom. Grey. Awful. Awful. Bright colours. If you've got grey walls, you don't have to paint flowers or something like that on them. Nice. Happy colours. Happy faces, like my little face. Here's my little face. Here's a little happy face for you. A little happy face for you. Yeah, baby. Sunshine. Ah, we're walking on sunshine. I love it. Do you know, I've had that about 8 years now, and the battery has never stopped working, and it's not leaking out yet either. Sometimes you get a leaky battery, don't you? Eh? And you open the little thing, there's all that crust inside. Is that dangerous? I always wonder if you shouldn't be touching that stuff. It might burn through my finger. Every time I've taken the thing out, there'll be a hole in my thumb or anything like that. Huh? Incidentally, the picture seems to have sorted itself out now, doesn't it? It's not jumping at all this morning, which is good news. I haven't done anything to it, strangely enough. Often with computer faults, you find just leave them alone. Don't try and fix them, and 2 days later, everything starts working again. It's very strange and mysterious. That's what it is, strange and mysterious. Let's have a look. Nice jacket. Do they do it in men's? It is a men's one. I guess it's unisex. Is it unisex? Unisex. Sarah Lou Lace. In our family, we try to keep all the gifts around £10 to £15. That's good. That's good. Kids get more, of course, yeah. Too much commercialism. It should be about love and time together, not much how you can buy. I absolutely agree with you, Sarah. I absolutely... This race to see who can get the... And you see, the thing is, you know, if I was to come round your house, Sarah, not that I've ever been invited for a dinner or anything. Come to think of it, none of you ever invited me round to dinner. But anyway, that's the point. And I gave you a gift of £100, then you would probably think, oh, I need to give that gift back to the value of £100. But you shouldn't think like that. You just shouldn't think like that. You know, I talked about this on Wednesday's show last week. They had the Martin Lewis money programme, which I quite like on the telly, and I was watching it with my niece. And he was saying, don't think that you have to get someone a present. Just your appearance there, your persona, arriving at someone's house is enough. You don't have to give gifts all the time. And you end up, you know, you're out somewhere. Oh, I better get Auntie Joyce a gift. I haven't got her anything. And then you go out and you buy. What can I get her? I just get that soap set. Do you actually think she wants a soap set? No, of course she doesn't. Does she want a new pair of knickers? Well, possibly she does. I mean, I don't know how dirty your aunt is, Sarah. Perhaps she does need new knickers, my love. But do you know what I think you should do, Sarah? Next time you go around your auntie's, have a look in her washing basket. It'll probably be in a bathroom. Have a look in the washing basket and have a look at her knickers and see if she needs new ones or not. That's what to do. Don't just go and buy stuff randomly. Stupid little bits of plastic. Do you know what I mean? A little plastic dog or something. There you go. Oh, wow, thanks. No, don't waste your money. You know, if I go round my sister's and there's no presents for me, I'll probably cry my eyes out, actually. No. Or, if you know, it is such a waste. And you end up spending 25 quid on something that someone doesn't want. And that's one present. You know, by the time you've got 10 of those and you've got 10 little presents for 25 quid, no one wants them. Just wrap up a bar of chocolate. Wrap up a bar of chocolate. A larger one. You know, a large one. There you go. Merry Christmas. I'll be happy with that. But please don't start bringing me bars of chocolate at work. Don't start bringing me bars of chocolate in at karaoke. I'm way off my Slimming World target now. Way off it, let me tell you. No, I can't tell you. Please don't ask how far off my target Slimming World weight I am now. Please don't ask. I can't possibly tell you. Let's have a look. Paul, the house in Birmingham, we only do magnolia here. There you go. Oh, he's got a house painted in magnolia. How boring are you, Paul? Please don't invite me round. Come on, get some bright colours out there. You do it like this. What you could do is get lots of bits of material and stick them on the wall. You know, in my caravan, one of my walls is actually decorated with £50 notes. It looks lovely. It really does. Put something on the walls, for God's sake. I must say, though, I actually prefer plain walls to ones with pictures on. I did have some pictures downstairs in the living room before I had it decorated. You may remember I had my living room decorated very well as well, in 2 shades of blue, which we weren't sure if that would work, but it did. And my mate says, oh, you're going to put your pictures back up? And I said, do you know what? No, I'm not. I quite like a plain, brightly coloured wall. Don't need a picture on there. And it's the same at the caravan, actually. My lovely sister, who's very good at painting. She's really good at it. And it's when I said to her, or when did she ask me or did I ask her? I can't remember. Can't remember now. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so I was a bit I'm going to let my sister paint this. Oh, what if she gets it wrong? Oh, never mind. And there's nothing wrong. The lines are straight. There's no bits missed out. There's not. I've got to tell you this. I don't know what you're like at painting. There wasn't a single drop anywhere on any of my flooring. I mean, it's not, it's not like expensive carpets or anything like that, or wooden parquet flooring, not in a caravan. Bit of lino. Bit of lino, and there is a new carpet in it, but it's not particularly expensive. But nevertheless, you don't want paint on it, and she didn't get paint on it. Nowhere. I didn't find a single drop of paint anywhere, and believe me, I looked. I turned the place over, looking so that I could complain, and I couldn't. She's really good at painting. It's good, isn't it? Text message coming in there. Good morning from Glenda. Good morning to you, Glenda. Yes, indeed. Got your email. I read it out either on Wednesday or one of the shows last week. Possibly because I for some reason I thought Mari had sent in an email. And of course I started looking for Mari's email, Glenda, and it wasn't there. And then I found your one. So I read that out. So yes, indeed, I did read your email out last week, Glenda, and thank you very much for that, darling. All right, my love. Let's have a look. Michael, good morning. One day there will be an app for picking up a houseboy or hunky man. Do you think so? Well, they've got a few apps now. I find them a complete waste of time, Michael. These dating apps. They really are. It doesn't work for me. The conversation might start, but then it just kind of stops for some reason. Isn't that strange? Oh, you've sent me another one, have you? What, today? Ah, well, I haven't done my emails today. Shall I have a look now, Glenda? Let's have a look. That's all right. Glenda sent another email. One moment, please. We are now trying to connect your call. Please hold the line. Glenda. No, nothing else there, Glenda. One moment, please. Which one do you mean, Glenda? Was this the one where you were thanking me for speaking to your mum on the phone? Was it that one? Oh, hang on. Is it this one? It's okay, I was happy to... Oh! Aha. Blah, blah. Thank you, Glenda. No, I have not read this yet. I must be punished. Ah! I must be whipped into submission. Here we go. This is from Glenda. Good morning, Glenda, who is in, I think it's Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, 6500. Glenda writes, it's okay. I'm happy to hear you read my message. She is... Ah, yes, of course you want the address, don't you? I'll sort that out for you later. Glenda is sending me a Christmas gift. Don't be spending loads of money, Glenda. Don't be spending... I'm very, very cheap. I am so cheap, it's unbelievable, as you can see from the jacket. I already know what your gift will consist of. There are some American goodies. Goodies. I want to send you like Middlesworth sour cream and onion chips, which are crisps. These chips are a Pennsylvania favourite and are made in Middleburg, which is about 20 minutes from where I live. Bush's baked beans. Oh, they're delicious. The only thing is, Glenda, don't send us too many beans. The only reason I request for you not to send too many beans is because they're heavy and it's going to cost you a lot of postage, darling. So be careful. I'd hate you to spend a fortune sending stuff through the post. I love Bush's baked beans, even in preference to our own Heinz. They are delicious, Bush's baked beans. If you ever get the chance to try some, please do. Bush baked beans, they're in the States, all right? I should have brought some back from Vegas, actually. I could have put a few of those in the... That's legal, isn't it? Can you bring food back from other countries if it's in a tin? I think you can. She said Bush's baked beans and some other items. I like that. Other items. So that's the surprise element. I could open that box and a deadly scorpion will climb out and eat me. very worrying. She says, I'm so excited to send you your gift. Can you please provide me with the address for the central station, which I'll do. Do you want it now? Shall I give you the address now? Shall I give you the address now? Central station address. If you want to send a Christmas card, boys and girls, okay? I will, of course, read them out. Right. I'll give you the address. Get yourself a pen and I'll read you the address, all right? Are you ready? Not ready. Can't find a pen. All right, we'll find a pen and I'll come back to this part of the show in a moment, all right? Stand by for address of Central Station to send cards to. I mean, there must be some way of displaying them up here or something like that as well. Good. Have you got your pen yet? Ready yet? No? Okay, I'll read a couple of messages and I'll do it. Roy says, nice coat, shame about the boat race. Nothing wrong with my face, my darling. I've seen your face. Christ, that looks old. Blimey. Did you pay to have it adjusted so that you look older than you really are? What a strange man, Roy, you really are. Paul says, for God's sake, don't ask your aunt if she wants new knickers. That would be weird. Oh no, Sarah's asking the question. You are evil, Sarah. How far are you now off your target? I weighed myself yesterday and I am now 12 pounds over my target. Not good. Not good. Funnily enough, I speak to, of course, a lot of you have been doing the Slimming World thing. And other people, this is happening to other people as well at the moment. We've kind of taken our eye off the ball. I do wonder, though, because one of the things I haven't gone back to is eating between meals. I have 3 meals a day. That's it. Okay? So I'll have my breakfast. I'll have lunch. As soon as I've done the show, I'll go and do my lunch. And then I'll have dinner. There won't be anything in between. There's no crisps in between anymore. I was a devil for crisps at one point. You know, two bags a day, which doesn't sound a lot. When you work out that's 14 bags a week. The odd bar of chocolate. Now, I just have a bag of it. Oh, I finished that off. I'll have a bar of chocolate for pudding. You know, large. Little puddings, things like that. You know, I don't eat between meals. Okay? So I never went back to that. So I've got my 3 meals. I'm not really doing totally Slimming World meals at the moment. Okay? I'm kind of... Now, what did I have yesterday? I did yesterday, actually. But you see, last night at work, it was someone's birthday again. We had a vegan birthday cake yesterday, which was very, very nice, I have to say. Never had a vegan birthday cake. It was absolutely delicious. I don't know what the recipe would be. I'll have to look that up. A vegan birthday cake. Just it tasted like an exceptionally good birthday cake to me. Didn't taste any different. It was really nice. So and it was only a small piece. And about 5 chips from someone's plate. You know, sometimes I might be walking around while I'm at work, and there might be someone's having their dinner, and can I just have a chip? And I just take one. As the plates come past me, sometimes I just take a chip off it. I had about 5 chips and a small piece of cake, but that is enough to take you over it again. You see, that's the thing. So I don't have anything. I don't have the crisps. I rarely have the sweets. Very, very rare. And yet, it's climbing. It's climbing 12 pounds off target now. Disappointing. One of the things I think you need to go back to the group, really. When you go to a group, it does make a difference. I don't know why. Don't know why, but it does. And then last week, I can tell you last week, I had I had 3 lots of chips last week. There was an apple pie. There was a little bit of ice cream, not too much, actually. And there was a pizza. But these were as part of a meal. They weren't in between meals. You know, I didn't have my lunch and then, like, a couple of hours later, I just have some chips. That was the lunch, chips with baked beans. So it's climbing up, but it's not enough, is it? It's not enough to just not eat between meals. You've got to do more to it. And I was kind of hoping to get back down before Christmas. Here we are, the 25th, 4 weeks. Next week is Advent. 4 weeks before Christmas next week. It's the 25th today. So in 1 month's time, it will be Christmas Day on this day. Ding dong merrily and high. In heaven the bells are ringing. You know, oh, come, all ye faithful. When shepherds wash their socks at night, we'll be singing all those in the church, we will. Right, here comes the address, gang. Are you ready to send your gifts of minimum value, £500? Don't embarrass yourself by sending a cheap gift here, my darlings. Forget what I said at the beginning of the show about not spending money on gifts. Nice. I'm quite happy with a Ted Baker jacket. Medium, please. Medium Ted Baker jacket. Nice shoes. I'd like a pair of Jimmy Choo. Is it Jimmy Choo? Have you seen Jimmy Choo shoes? Aren't they beautiful? I like shoes. When I was in Vegas, we saw Jimmy Choo shoes, and they were like $400, which is about 300 quid. And I said to my nephew, oh, I can't spend that on a pair of shoes. He said, well, they're a lot dearer than they are in England. They're a lot dearer in England. I said, what, more than 300? He said, yeah. And no, I can't buy them. And there were several different pairs, and I thought they were really hot. These Jimmy Choo shoes, have a look online. Jimmy Choo shoes, beautiful things they are. But I just couldn't part with the money. I've come back here, I've looked on the Jimmy Choo British site, and he's absolutely right. £500, £600. So if you could, please, I don't mind a pair of Jimmy Choo shoes, okay? Don't mind. Nice, size 9. Do you want to write 9? Have you written that down? Size 9 for Jimmy Choo shoes. Ted Baker jackets. Anything else I desire, really? I don't know, really. If anyone, maybe you want to send round a man, for a few hours. I'm quite happy for that. Someone around about 35 years old, 30 to 35 years old, a little bit of muscle, not too much muscle, please. A few tattoos, perhaps. Someone that would have to leave at 7 o'clock in the morning to get to his job to put scaffolding up. That's all. We don't want hairdressers. No, please, no hairdressers. No beauticians, no hairdressers, no fashion experts. We want scaffolders, builders, not footballers. They're a bit too, oh, look at me, aren't I beautiful? David Beckham. Who would want to go with David Beckham? Loves himself far too much. Okay, someone like that. So send them round to this address or a card. No book vouchers. No one wants a book voucher. Do not send book vouchers. And I always say this every year, whoever you're sending presents to, don't send a voucher of any sort. You can get these little cards now, which several shops, but then the person is tied to those shops that are named on it. Even if it's John Lewis, don't buy a voucher. If you want to give, don't know what to give, and you think, I'll get a voucher, just put the money in an envelope and give it to them. Don't do vouchers. Silly. Right, here's the address. You ready? Send your email, send your letters and large value gifts. Oh, or if there's anyone who's really rich, I'd love a deluxe caravan. 40 foot long, one of the long ones, okay? Round about 50, 60, 70 grand, something like that. If you're really rich, if for someone like one of my heroes is watching, let me think, like Tony Blackburn, someone with a lot of cash and they don't know what to do with it, Elon Musk, there's one of my heroes, Elon Musk. Wonderful, all that money in the bank, dear. If you want to get rid of some of it, how about buying me a deluxe caravan? Just get in touch with the people at the Chapel Hill Marina and it can be a surprise for me. Oh, wow. So as I get up there, just before Christmas, okay? As I get up there, I'm looking for my caravan. And as I pull round the corner, my caravan is not there. It is a brand spanking new caravan with central heating. Okay? 2 large bedrooms at the back. My bedroom in that caravan is actually quite small. The studio is even smaller. The studio there is about a third or a quarter of the size of this room. It's so small. So I need 2 large bedrooms, one for me, one for the studio. Okay? And I'll be happy with that. Gas central heating as well. And perhaps some extra bottles of gas at the back if you really want to push the motor. About 60, 70 grand. Something. A Willoughby caravan, please. I can't wait now. Maybe that will happen. Maybe I will get there. I'll turn around the corner. That's not my caravan. It'd be a brand spanking new caravan with the keys, perhaps left in the door because it's quite safe. We don't really have any crime around there at all. Just leave the keys in the door, perhaps with a little ribbon attached and a little note from where you are. Because I'd hate to walk into the caravan and start doing my shows and not know who it's from. Because I'd like to read your name out. I mean, it's the best I can do. It's the least I can do is to read your name out. Are you ready for the address? Here it comes. Chris Reardon. You can book Chris Reardon karaoke if you want. Chris Reardon karaoke. Central Station. Are you writing this down? 37 Wharfdale Road. WHARFDLAE. DALE. Sorry, I'd spell that again. WHARFDLAE. Wharfdale Road. 37 Wharfdale Road. London. I've lost the postcode. There it is. N1 9SD. United Kingdom. All right, here it comes again. Chris Reardon karaoke. Central Station. 37 Wharfdale Road. WHARFDALE. 37 Wharfdale Road. London. N1 9SD. And that will arrive to me there. All right. There you go. Right. Back to some of your messages. Good morning to Ryan Gordon. Good morning, Ryan. Whereabouts are you, sir? Adam has gained 9 pounds as well. Ugh. We all seem to be gaining weight at the moment. There's another friend of mine. I'm not going to name anyone who's gained weight at all. But that person told me they've gained 10 pounds now. And the funny thing is, we've all been kind of at the target for a period of time. Me for 6 months. The killer for me was starting to go up north because it's really difficult when you've got little children around you and they want, say, oh, would you like an ice cream? You're going to buy yourself an ice cream as well, aren't you? Or, lovely people who mean the world to me, why don't you come round for dinner? I can't say, no, it's okay, I'm just going to have a potato while I'm at home. You have to go, didn't you? Or the occasional sandwich. My sister bought me the most delicious cheese and onion pasty on Friday. It's difficult to say no. And you don't really want to say no. You want to eat it anyway, don't you? Of course, it has to be said that I'm nowhere near what I was, but it is creeping up slowly. Never mind. Roy. I noticed over the last few months since I joined, those on probation forced to watch Chris, his head wrinkles have gained in numbers and grey hairs are more and more. Well, I can't see how you can see any grey hairs. There aren't any, look. There's hardly any hair at all. Is there something wrong with your screen, dear? Are you still on black and white? Roy, in Singapore? Can I buy your present in January when the pound shop has a half-price sale? No. Second-hand Jimmy Choos, all right? Yeah, I don't see why not. As long as they're all right, I'd wear second-hand shoes. I don't know about second-hand underwear. Would you wear any of that? Not sure about that. Oh, I'm ever so sorry. I did see some messages from Periscope here somewhere. Haven't done those yet. Where are we? Hello to Russ. Good morning, Russ Vernon. Morning, Russ. Welcome to our show, Russ. Sorry, I missed that out because that comes up in a different place, those messages on the Periscope. Good morning to you. Second-hand Jimmy Choos are all right. I like Jimmy Choo shoes. As I say, have a look when I finish the show and look at the price of them. They're really expensive. Beautiful shoes, though. Are you near Blackpool in the other studio? No, nowhere near there at all. Nowhere near there, my friend. Michael, maybe I'll get you a new camper van. I'll take you for riding that, Michael. A camper van. You know, those VW ones? They're really good, aren't they? I love those. With the top that rises up. Why does the top rise up? What is the purpose of that? Is there something in that top? You know, those VW camper vans. I've never had a look inside one. There we are. Oh, there we go. Look, Weird City Citizens posting up the address there as well. Thank you very much. You all are. Thank you. Weird City Citizen, I don't gain weight. I'm always 11 stone. Everyone in my family is weird like that. You're lucky. I bet you can sit there eating chips and chocolate and everything and nothing ever happens, you lucky thing. Hello to Chabane in Germany. I think you were with us a little while ago, weren't you, Chabane? So welcome along to our little bit of fun. Paul and Lou, I'm 12 stone 7 and stayed like that for 10 years, you lucky thing. 5'9", 12 stone 7. Yeah, it sounds about all right to me. Good morning, Joanna. Christ, you're a bit late, love. 12:30, dear. What time do you call this? Do try and keep with us. And Thomas, he's only just got here and all. What time do you all call this morning? Morning to you. Headspace in a VW. Is that what it is? Is the bed up there or something? I do like those. Anyone gone camping in a VW camper van? Anyone done that? All right, Thomas. I like the sound of it. Good. Okay, let's do some stories for you this morning. And flight. Oh, where is it? I don't know if you've been watching this. I'm a Celebrity. I've only seen one of them. Chris says it's still breakfast time. It certainly is breakfast time. No, it's lunchtime here now, 12:30. My mate wants to come round for chips later, apparently. He keeps inviting himself round to dinner. It's outrageous. Glenda says she's sending me a little caravan. Are you really? A little caravan in the post. Well, why don't you come over in one, Glenda? I can put you in the garden. Good morning to Peter in Woodall Spa. Good morning, Peter. Can you say hello to your mum for me? I haven't seen her for ages. Peter's in Woodall Spa. Also, could you tell your mum I'm thinking of going to a Catholic church somewhere in Boston, a bigger church, because the one in Woodall Spa is a bit small. So I'd like to go to perhaps a midnight mass in Boston for Christmas Eve. So I'll look one up, Peter. Tell your mum if she wants to come, I'll come and get her, and we could go there. I'll have a look at the. Perhaps she knows a nice big Catholic church in Boston or somewhere like that. All right. Peter says it's nice today in Woodall. I'm off out later taking the dog for a walk. Okay, we'll say hello to your doggy for me. Doggy for walk. Doggy for walk. Doggy for walk. Here we are. Weird City Citizen says I'll send you a nice caravan in Lego. You'll have to construct it. No, I won't, because I've already got one. If you remind me next week, I'll bring that to you. I'll show that to you. I've got 2 Lego caravans, which I've already made. Okay, and they are down at my caravan in one of the glass cabinets down there. Thomas, is a caravan the same as a mobile home? No, not quite. Not quite. Well, there's different types of caravans. There's a caravan that you can pull around, and there is a static caravan which they put in position, but they can be moved around, but you couldn't. I couldn't. Someone comes along and lifts it up and puts it down like that. So not quite. It's kind of tow around caravan, static caravan, mobile home, house. That's kind of the order. So I've got a static caravan, but it can be moved. Yes, they can be moved, but not by you. All right, good. So I'm a Celebrity. I've only seen one of these so far. Apparently last night's one was a bit too much for some people. In the Sun this morning it says I'm a Celebrity viewers have vomited over the most disgusting trial ever. So I may try and pick. Where are you now? There we are. I might try and pick this up off the ITV Player thing. Fans watched queasily as Noel Edmonds and Harry Redknapp comes across as a really nice bloke, doesn't he? He does. Noel Edmonds. It says here Noel Edwards. I mean, honestly, the Sun. Have you checked your spellings, dear? And Harry Redknapp were released from their Emperor and Advisor titles and immediately required to take on a trial described as the toughest ever on the show, with it bringing Holly Willoughby to tears at one point. The pair were required first to hold a succession of critters in their mouths for a minute at a time in order to win gold stars for a slap-up meal in the camp later that night. Here we go. Right, you ready for this? First, Noel had to hold a stick insect in his mouth for 60 seconds, which he did with ease before Harry turned victorious with 6 beach worms in his mouth for the same amount of time. Now listen to this. So Harry said, I felt sure I was going to swallow one. One was, God, one was really deep down my throat. Harry said after releasing them out of his mouth. Oh my God. Can you just imagine a worm halfway down your throat wriggling around? Oh God. Noel then successfully completed the challenge with a yabby, which is a small lobster-style animal. But he almost fouled when he burst out laughing at Harry's yabby-dabby-doo joke. And there's an actual picture in the Sun this morning of Noel Edmonds with this. I wish I could show you the picture. It makes me feel ill. It's like a lobster and its head and legs are hanging out of his mouth. And it's alive. They don't have to eat these things. Harry was then presented with 6 witchery grubs to hold in his mouth with him again, completing the time, but it didn't come without suffering. He explained one of them kept spitting something in my mouth. He had his head down that way. Oh, God. It goes on. Noel then had to hold 20 cockroaches in his mouth as Harry took on a giant burrowing cockroach and both were successful. However, the worst part came, here it comes, when Noel faced the worst part of the challenge that had the viewers watching in horror. The television host was presented with a massive huntsman spider to hold in his mouth for a whole minute. Oh my word. And while the spider was a tough part of the challenge, the truly worst came in part 2 as Holly and Dec revealed the eating component of the challenge. Now, they said the good news is that you don't have to hold any more critters in your mouth, said Dec. The bad news is that to win the final 4 stars, you need to have a Roman banquet with a jungle twist. The 2 men were then presented with a huge sheep skull each and were told, I don't know if I can even read this, were told they had to eat the brain out of each head for a star, for a gold star. Oh God, did they do it? Let's have a look. Insistent on doing the challenge, Harry made a comment about not letting his grandchildren down that brought Holly to tears as she struggled to hold her emotions in. Harry said, I struggle to eat the food honestly in the jungle that we get in the camp. I don't think I've really ate anything much, so this is going to be difficult for me. I've got to do it. I've got the grandkids watching. I can't let them down. A tearful Holly then said, oh, Harry, you've made me cry. Oh, nice. While everything up to this point had been pretty awful, the final part of the challenge had viewers vomiting at the mere thought of it. Oh, here we go. It gets even worse. Noel and Harry were then presented with a bowl full of fish eyes each. But instead of merely eating them, they were told to pop the eyeballs in their mouth and spit the oozing juice into a cup, which they were then required to drink. The 2 downed their fish guts. Harry's saying, I'm thinking this is Rioja. I don't know what that is. As he did so, and they both won the final 2 scars for attack for camp, a maximum of 11, bringing the trial to an end. Oh. That is just too much, isn't it? Don't you think that's a bit much? I don't know if I can watch that. I don't know if I can watch that or not, actually. I'll ask my mate when he comes round. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. No, that's just a bit. I mean, there was nothing ever wrong with Are You Being Served? Or Dad's Army. Why do we have to watch this? Why do they put this stuff on the telly? And I'll tell you why, because people are watching it. If you didn't watch it, it wouldn't be on the telly. Absolutely gross. Awful. Awful. Right. Well, I'll do one more story. Let's see what you're saying about that. Thomas says they have caravans in the States. I'm not in the States, Thomas. I'm in the UK. Did you know that? Yeah, mate, you might not have known that. I'm actually in the UK. Caravans in the States. Now, they do call them something over there. I think they might call them camper vans or something like that in the States. I'm not sure. All right. It popped in his mouth. It did. Oh, it's just awful, that. Gross. Everyone's not liking that. Joanna, there goes my coffee. Awful. Awful. It is absolutely gross doing that. Weird City Citizen is now going to skip his dinner today. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to put you off your dinners. Well, it's easy for me. I just have chips. I'll be having chips and baked beans today for dinner. Chili baked beans. Very nice indeed. Don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to be worried about eating too many antibiotics or getting something terrible disease when you're vegetarian. There were loads of vegans in the pub last night. I'd like to be vegan, I think. That's very difficult. Or at least it is to start with, I think, until you sort of gather pace. But being a vegan's very difficult. And good luck to them. All right. One more story for you. This one's in the Daily Mail. Do you get cold in winter? Do you get cold? I must say, I've got two lovely coats downstairs. I've got three lovely coats. Two long coats. One's they both go like from up here right down to below my knees. So once you've got those on, you don't get cold. You don't get cold. But then what young people are like, they don't want to put too much on because it's not cool, is it? It's not cool to look like you've got loads of coats and things on. So here's something for them, perhaps. In the Daily Mail. As the cold weather begins to take a firm grip this winter, many people will be reminiscing on the summer months and the temperatures in the double digits. Do you remember that wonderful summer we had this year? It's too. Not if you've got air conditioning, love. Wonderful summer we had. A new range of clothing may have you rethinking about the wet and windy weather, as winter coats, vests, hoodies and gloves with built-in heating have hit the market. These are on Amazon. Okay. Available to buy on Amazon, the innovative clothing line from Ororo, O-R-O-R-O, Ororo. Is that how you say it? O-R-O-R, Ororo. Ororo, Ororo, Ororo. Sound like a dog. The clothing from Ororo, O-R-O-R-O, allows the wearer to turn the heating on or off. It's got heating in it. Various items of clothing, different heating levels, with hot pads on the mid-back, waist and abdomen. So even when you're out walking in sub-zero temperatures, you'll be able to feel as if you're sat hugging a radiator. The batteries have an 8-hour lifespan and can easily be recharged using plugs or even on the move as you would charge your phone with a portable charger. Even though the coats are charged electrically, each item is completely machine washable, making it easy to maintain. If something were to go wrong with your chosen item, the buyer is given a year's warranty. That's not bad, is it? Year's warranty on there. The lightweight, waterproof and windproof jackets are available to buy for about 120 quid with a men's gillet. What's that? What's a gillet? Slightly cheaper at £102. So there we are. Heated things on Amazon. Once again, the name of the company is Ororo. Ororo. O-R-O-R-O. Okay? If you want to try one of those, keep you nice and warm in the winter. Thanks very much for your text this morning. I meant to say, one of our people tried to call last week. Someone tried to call and left a message on the text number. That doesn't work on my phone. You might be able to leave a message, but I don't get them. It is only a text-in number, that phone number you've got up there, okay, as it says text. We used to do phone calls, but it didn't really work a lot of the time, okay? I found the phone calls I found difficult, to be honest. Some people, some were fantastic. I won't say whose weren't and whose weren't. But some people, they were bloody boring, dear. So I stopped doing the phone calls. I can still take phone calls if I want to. Probably at some point I'll open up a line or two again. Perhaps a late night. We haven't done a late night show for ages and ages. That's quite a good time to open a phone line on a late night show. But usually I don't have them open anymore. I did say to my mate, I'd quite like to do a long show at some point, see how long I could go for. Although I think there's a 4-hour limit on Facebook Live videos. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that might be the thing. Thomas, I said, I assume your electrical troubles are over. Yeah, was talking about that earlier, Thomas. All right, was talking about that earlier on the show. Okay, let's do today's birthdays, and we'll do yesterday's birthdays as well today. Jack Bonza is 22 years old today. Good morning, Jack. Oh, there's just an email there, which may affect tomorrow's show. Can I just check that? Hang on a minute. Okay, no, that's fine. We'll be with you tomorrow. Okay, we'll be with you tomorrow morning. Jack Bonza, 22 years old today. Good morning, Jack, and a happy birthday to you. John Mosley is 42 years old today. Good morning, John. It's not something to do with you, is it? Hang on a minute. You got the same name, haven't you? Just a minute. Where is it now? Not Paul. Is that something to do with you, Paul Mosley? There's another Mosley. Another Mosley is in the house. Is that something to do with you? John Mosley today is 42 years old. Anders Hansen, happy birthday to you, Anders. Jean Genie, is that your real name? Happy birthday. Reggie Taylor, DJ Fat Tony, huge DJ. It's his birthday today this morning. Happy birthday, Reggie. I gave up the DJing about a year ago now. I got really fed up with it. I just do karaoke and this rubbish now. Happy birthday, Reggie. Fat Tony in the house. Stephanie Pannell, one of my cousin's daughters. It's her birthday this morning. Good morning to you, Stephanie. Happy birthday. Marcus Roberts today is 36 years old on this Sunday. And Marcella, I love that name. Marcella McDonough. It's her birthday today. And she's got a lovely picture of her and her little baby there. Yesterday's birthdays as well we'll do this morning. Let me just bring those up on the thing. Any more messages? I'll read them out quickly before we finish, okay? Yesterday's birthdays. Baga Chips, 29. Very, very popular drag queen, and she does the job really well. I haven't seen her for some years now, but happy birthday, Baga Chips. Also a great fan of our great lady Teresa, aren't you? Same as I am. Happy birthday. Paul Close is 51 years old yesterday. Kieran, good morning, Kieran. Miguel de la Vega. Such a long name. Happy birthday for yesterday. Geoffrey Dorset, birthdays yesterday. Sandeep, good morning, Sandeep. Lower, 37 years old yesterday. Michael Hadfield was his birthday yesterday. And Kieran Kennington, it was his birthday as well yesterday. So they're all the birthdays. Happy birthday, gang. Thought we weren't going to get the music then. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Sunday and yesterday's birthdays there. Okay, that's it for me today. Thomas says, I didn't know you do a cast at the weekend. Well, I don't actually schedule any of these little shows or casts, whatever you want to call them. They generally do. I just do them as and when. Usually, they're about 9:30 in the morning. I usually do one on a Sunday. That's usually around about... Although, when I say usually, don't expect it to be at 9:30. It usually is at 9:30. I might get stuck doing something, or I can't get on, or something like that. So none of the shows are scheduled at all. So you need your little notification thing switched on, whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, Periscope. I assume there's one on Vaughan Live somewhere, a little notification thing. Then you know when there's one on. Usually during the week they're about I'll tell you when they usually are. Okay, usually on a Monday. It's early, right about 9:30. Tuesdays, there isn't always one on Tuesdays. Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, generally at 9:30. Saturday, quite often there isn't one on a Saturday. Sunday, 11:30. But you can't definitely say that they're those times, if at all. Just depends as and when. I found myself, it's a bit too restrictive when you say, yeah, I'll be here at 9:30 every morning. Then it becomes kind of a job and it's, not so much fun. Do you know what I mean, for me? So there we are. All right, that's it today for the show. Thanks ever so much for watching and listening. Been a pleasure to have a chinwag with you again. Have a lovely Sunday and I'll see you again tomorrow morning around about 9:30. All right, bye-bye now.